I ain't talking far, maybe go predict my future. Defend all the leaks in my own. If you want, already dead, if you're blind from my head to the sea of your head. If you want, already dead, there was me born to life.
My name is Clancy. I'm hailing out of the Boston area, and I'm so glad to be in Worcester, Mass tonight. Can y'all make some fucking noise? Yeah. Not good enough. One more time. Can y'all make some fucking noise? Yeah. All right, man. Let's start this off. All right, for this first track, y'all want to turn the beat up just a tad bit? For this first track, I got a female singer on it. Obviously, there's no female singer, so we're gonna make it work. Turn the beat up just a smidgen. Thank you. Alright, this is how we're gonna do it, ready? Check. Yo, she got a mattress on the floor. Sleeps till the afternoon. Mirrors with residue in my... So wind me up, watch me go. I grab the band and rock it low. Your average can is not this, so I want to brag, and that's what I'm told. Since everyday's not so hey, I'ma just go get some grind. With my brain and my pencil game, I'm about to make hip-hop chances change. I'm a murderer more, but got the similar to money you never heard of before. And rest of your jaw, lead you to a vertical control. It's a song when I'm writing down the words we saw. I be going so hard, I think I should be warm. Dropping at a bomb, somebody think you're wrong.
My name is EJ Elijah Jacob, and I like to make music. Honestly, I remember when I was younger, it was me and my boys. We used to be chilling outside, and this is when Wild 'N Out just came out, the Cannon show. And at the end, you know how they always used to have like that wild style freestyle battle, and me and my boys used to do that on the street. And I was the nicest one. Like, I don't care what anybody says, I was the nicest one, man. I was only like 10, 11, everybody else was 16, 17, and I was just trashing everybody. So just getting like that boost, like everyone just, yo, like that shit's great. Like, it just made me feel good, and I just started writing music after that. I really like to just make music that people can relate to. You know, I like to talk about a lot of relationships, relationship problems, feelings, being depressed, happy, emotions, just everything, man. Like, I just want people to relate to me on a different level, you know what I mean? And just really understand who I am. The hip-hop scene in Worcester is pretty dope, man. There's a lot of talent out here. There's tons of talent. It's unbelievable. Currently, I know there's a few people trying to work together, and there's a lot of people just doing their own thing. But the majority of people support each other, which is dope, because at the end of the day, we're like each other's outlet, you know what I mean? But yeah, the music is just crazy. Not even with hip-hop, just like all types of music out here is just insane.
We're at Distant Castle right now. It's an underground collective. This is an all-accepting environment, you know, like the bands here, they come from all over, and tons of people are always coming to like play in Worcester. You know, you never know where the people are going to be from.
My name is Josh Holden, and I play the synthesizer in the band It's myself and my good friends Josh Trombley, Eve Baldelli, and Charles Gear. And we've been friends for a really long time. We've all kind of done the band thing separately, and a few years ago we found ourselves kind of not doing any projects, and we figured like, hey, let's do a friends band. And I think that we'd all agree that it's like our favorite project that we've been involved with so far. The last band I was in before this, I had a really good time with it. Like, we did some things that I wouldn't have been able to do in my life otherwise. Like, that last band, we went on a tour across the country and stuff.
My name's Nori Needle. We are currently in the back building behind my house, and it's like a garage, but it has 2 stories. And on the second floor is Negi, which is a sober all ages music venue that I run.
Yo, Negi was the spot. I met so many cool people and bands at Negi. I met you through Negi because your band played there. Hell yeah.
So it kind of started off me using the space for shows. I was like 12, and we were like, oh, let's do movie screenings here. And one of the friends who we were working on the movies with, Aiden Duffy, he was in like a hardcore band. And you're like, oh, why don't you like play after the movie? So that happened. You're like, whoa, sick! Like, this is great. And then one of our friends who like was more involved in the music scene was like, hey, you should have like more bands like come play here. This is awesome. This is a great space. So we like continued to do it, and then my brother moved out, and it kind of like fell on me to continue it. And then it kind of just like grew into something that I love doing, booking shows, just like getting bands together and cultivating like a good environment and a good space for like people to hang out and have fun.
This is Distant Castle. It's one of Worcester's punk houses, collective houses with it's got longevity? Yeah, okay, there we go. Along with the Firehouse, which is 5 minutes away down the street that way. Those are the 2 kind of like cornerstones of the Worcester house show culture. And we got lots of friends living here, like, and Charles and Eve actually both live at the Firehouse, the other place I mentioned. But there's just a good community surrounding these houses, and like just really friendly people. Really good shows get put on. It's one of the things that makes Worcester a very special city. It's the community, the collectives. It's a rich scene with a full history. Like, it's been going strong for a long time. Worcester's, dating back to like the 70s and stuff with Wormtown. Like, punk's always been a very big part of this city, and like it's nice to be in a place where that didn't like fully fade out, you know?
The Worcester local scene's fucking awesome if you can find it, yo. You can find all-inclusive environments of open-minded people, and you can have fun, and be responsible in a safe place, yo, and just have a good old time and have good old neighborly time.
I try to create it more inclusive by been more specifically targeted towards younger people, like high school age people. Since I started the space when I was like 12, and now I'm like almost 18. like I found at like the Palladium and stuff can be like end up really crowded and claustrophobic, and like can be like full with a bunch of like shitty dudes and like loud people who like aren't afraid to like push you around and mess with you. So that can be like a traumatic for a lot of people. So I kind of try and make a space where like people who like don't really feel comfortable in more mainstream venues can come and feel comfortable. So that's like important to me to be able to provide that for people. There's like no drugs or alcohol here. Then young people could feel safe coming, and like I want it to be like a policy, be like, hey, if your like parents need to call me, like they can call me and I'll call them up, because I want you to come and be able to have like a space where like you can like just come and hang out and not have to be just like stuck at home because you don't have anywhere to go and hang out and meet new people. Club, but I wanted to kind of create more of like an alternative radical space to kind of like help radicalize the youth in Worcester and kind of like open their eyes to more like community action and like activism and like anarchism and stuff like that. So I felt like that was super important because a lot of spaces, like when you walk in, like when I was younger, like walking into like the Firehouse or something, like it was really cool for me, but then I would be like that was the older people, like I feel super alienated, so I wanted to kind of have it be like, hey, like come here, like I'm super young, like if you're super young, it would totally be cool, like people won't mess with you, it's totally fine. So that's kind of like what was super important to me about the space specifically, yeah.
So I believe it was sophomore year of high school. Our principal, Dan St. Louis, great guy, got us into guitar club. And that was a little club he started by himself. And it was about like 5 of us. And he slowly started getting us into the other side, rock.
It also goes back to around the time when I first started playing guitar and first got into playing music. I heard an album called Satisfaction is the Death of Desire by a band called Hatebreed. I knew one of their later songs from MTV's Headbangers Ball, which was still going in the early 2000s, and I saw a CD at a store marked down to like $8 or something like that, and I knew the band was cool but had never heard any of the songs, so I took a chance and bought the CD, and when I heard that, it knocked me on my ass, and I never knew that music could do that.
Central Mass Hardcore is the best thing in the world.
Has the hardest thrash metal in Massachusetts, that's for sure.
It's just like an escape from like your everyday reality where you're just like not being like systemically oppressed, and like everyone's like an equal to you, people treat you with respect, and like your friends look out for you, and it's just like an environment where you can like let out all this negativity, all this anger, and like a positive environment.
I've been seeing shows since like 2007 in Central Mass, and it's been the same old. Like it goes really well, it peaks and then climaxes, and everybody breaks up, and then everybody hates each other, and then everybody gets back together. The bands do great for like a good year and a half, and then breaks up, and everybody hates each other again. And I've been stuck in this since 2007. It's crazy.
For me, it was like 12, 13. My brother and my dad used to listen to like AC/DC, Metallica, so it kind of like rolled on me. My first Palladium show, which is like my first like hardcore show or whatever you could say, was when I was 14. So after that, it kind of just snowballed. I found more bands that I liked and more music I kind of related to, and just kind of that's why I'm here.
I was a sophomore, and one of my friends was into it. She was like, "Hey, come out, there's a show." The Raven was my first show, so got into it. Knew a bunch of people in the bands that I didn't know were in bands. Then just kind of went on from there.
It's socially one of the best things to ever happen to me, probably.
Central Mass Hardcore has been basically my weekend life and weekday life for the past 6 years. It's pretty sweet.
I've always felt welcome. It's always a good place to go and, get out the aggression and, have some fun with friends.
You meet a lot of people through it. It's sick. So people in like your area that you never knew that were into it. Find out they live down the street, go to the same school as you, stuff like that. So it's
Make
nice
friends.
to be able. Yeah, make friends. Nice to be able to bond through something.
Yeah, I found real people. I hung out with a lot of phonies and a lot of rats in high school.
Worcester, Massachusetts is a pretty fucked up city, and if you're someone who's a musician who's either grown up here or been washed over by like all the different sins of this city, you end up being like a stronger, more beautiful human being.
I found it as like an outlet to stay off the streets, like, and doing like stupid stuff, like getting involved with gangs or like doing the wrong thing.
There's certain neighborhoods you can't even fucking walk through as a kid now because of just fucking gang activity. It's fucking crazy right now. And like when I grew up in the 90s, it was crazy. It's just as crazy as it was back then. But from that craziness, you get a really cool hardcore scene, which sort of died off. A lot of things happened, and it's not as strong as it used to be, but I do see like the strength coming back. And that's with Worcester. Like you see things fall off in Worcester, but then you see the city and the people of that city like rise up to force something new, whether it's based on all the different cultures or it's just like they're promoting something positive. It happens. And
The expression of so much pent-up aggression and negativity, but through a seemingly positive outlet that, creates something relatable for a lot of other people. I got really into that early on, and I always thought that was really interesting. And I guess a whole other side of that is what keeps me involved today.
like I'm forcing you in that instance to see the demons that I have to battle every day when I wake up in the morning. And I like that because people, they don't shy away from it. Like at other shows, if you see someone get up on stage and they pour out all their emotional passion and they talk about their demons and all this stuff that happens to them, like talk about their traumas, people are like, ugh. At a hardcore show, everyone's like, yo, I respect that. I've gone through a lot of trauma in my life as well too. I like that.
Disappointments to follow you to the grave. And I know that I've been such a disappointment, I would have strangled myself in the wound. Umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, I pull it tight until my head would explode. If I knew that I would let you down so hard, I would never have bothered. All my hopes died one by one, like now, lined up for slaughter.
Get into it.
Playing. Oh, we had a love, that love was record breaking.
If I could show people like that I can do it, anybody else can do it, man. It's really not that hard. Like you could just sit behind a computer and just practice on some stuff. That's all it really takes. You practice and you can become a pro. Yeah, man, I've done a couple shows. I performed at The Raven, Electrical Haze. Back when I was with this group, Chubby Life.
Put in work, so we gotta do no bluff. Get up on this earth, everybody gon' hear us. I swear I'm getting tired of the same stuff. Chubby Life mob, we coming up.
We actually opened up for Fora, which was really dope because right now he's doing his thing, man. Like getting some crazy love out there. Shout out to Fora. And we opened up for him, and I was out in Cambridge and Massachusetts, Boston area, and that was dope, man. That was honestly dope. Recently, I've been not really focused too much on shows. It's not like I'm nervous or anything. It's just like, I don't know. I've been just really trying to focus on my craft, you know what I mean? Really trying to get like that sound together before I go out there. And I've done shows, like I said, but I really want to hit people hard, you know what I mean? I don't want to just step on stage and on a shitty mic and just rap, you know? Like I really want to have a crazy show. So I'm really cutting back on performing until I get that situated. But for the most part, if I'm not writing a song, man, like producing is definitely my favorite. That's all I'll do. I just love to produce. Like said, I'm still working on it. It's just a draft. Like, I kind of got the idea of it though. It's just like I don't even really know how to go over this shit. I'm still like trying to do the process. The sky's with you and me. Hey, I've fallen in this dream. I mean, some shit like that. You looked right back for more. But then you slammed the door. Yeah. So ride it up, hit me up tomorrow if you ride it up. And then say with the modern thought. Yeah, I've been soft. No, I've been soft. Hit him with the say like I've been lost. Mom been lost in the game, no. I ain't really doing shit but the fame, ho. I ain't even in the thing with the, I don't know, there's some like shit like that, you know what I mean? Like I said, I like making all different types of music, man. Whether it's rap or just some shit like this. Like, this is just a draft, but
I go by New Element. You know, I'm a student of hip hop. I make beats, I MC, I do graph. You know, I'm just all about the culture.
I gotta shout my producers out. Your producers that I fuck with, you know, like Doom and shit. Villa, DJ Premier, Alchemist, Just Blaze, Ice X. Who else I fuck with? Knife Wonder, you know, producers like that. That's why I do this shit, cause I'm trying to be up there with the greats.
Yeah, I was 9, and then on I haven't really stopped. I always, from that day, basically, I watched the episode of MTV Cribs, and it was Scott Storch, and I saw him, and all the luxurious things he had, and he told people he made like $80,000 for a beat, and I was like, I could do that, you know, like why can't I sell my beats for $80,000 and live good? So I was like, let me just work on it. People know who you are, you know. Like I remember I've done some shows, and I've had people tell me that like they've really felt my music, like they felt my songs. I love producing for people. I just want the credit where it's due. When people are like, yo, I heard your beat. I can't get the beat out of my head. I've listened to it all day. You know, things like that. Just want to be a part of people's daily routine when they bump music.
I appreciate all the love, man, for real. Before we get into this last track, man, like, I might tell you guys like a little something about myself, like where I come from. So like 3 years ago today, like I was hopelessly addicted to heroin at 18 years old. Like I had accepted the fact that I was gonna die or I was gonna rot in jail for the rest of my life. And now 3 years later at age 21, I'm here with y'all and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the world right now. For real, man, I'll have 3 years sober in December, and hip-hop played a major part in that. I've always wanted meaning in my life, and I've always wanted to be accepted, and like this is the only outlet that I could ever use. And it's proven itself, man. I don't smoke weed, I don't drink, I don't do nothing. I do this hip-hop shit, man. You know what I mean? It's all about spreading love and spreading those positive vibes, man. And like sometimes you feel like running. Sometimes you feel like running, and I'm a testament to the fact that you don't have to run, regardless of what it's from, man, whether you're dealing with depression, whether you're dealing with some bullshit, or whether you are, in fact, a drug addict. Like, you don't have to fucking live that way. Facts.
I've been that nigga since a young. Been thugging on the playground. No, but now a nigga getting off. There ain't much you can say, nah. No, I'm getting dead, faded.